Let me finish my Pop-Tart and we'll get started.
All right.
What flavor?
S'mores.
Not bad.
It's better when it's toasted.
No strawberry frosted, but it's not bad.
Cinnamon and s'mores are my two favorite. Strawberry's fine. But it's got to be
fine.
strawberry frosted. The strawberry
Yeah.
plain is bullshit.
I know.
You
I
can't
can't
eat
even
that.
remember the last time I've had a Pop-Tart.
You can trade it with blueberry as long as they're frosted. Pretty fucking good.
So we have
I
this.
can't even eat Pop-Tarts anymore. You're gluten.
Can't? Oh, the gluten.
The only time we have Pop-Tarts, anytime there's a road trip, we get like road trip food, and one of those is Pop-Tarts. And Tiff had to take her mom down to UVA for a doctor appointment today. So
They're so crumbly. It's terrible road trip food. It's all over your car.
yeah, this originated back in like 1997 when
There were 5
just shit.
foods.
there were. That's right. One of the 4 major food groups was Pop-Tarts. All right. Are we ready?
right.
I'm just going to kick it off and say, welcome back to Somewhere in Time Podcast, everybody. SomewhereinTimePodcast.com is where you find us online. Get to all of our episodes there. All of our links to social media are there. I'm Eric. We've got Tim here.
Yes, I'm here.
Joe is here.
Hello.
And Keith, who is going to take over as basically the host for this first segment, is here.
Because today we're going to be talking about something that I think definitely needs some attention. It's an album that was released in 1994 that I don't think any one of us saw coming or, realized. I mean, the mass fame that this thing would hit. You see, we've talked numerous times. The year 1994 was very significant for, I think, 3 of us. 3 of us graduated high school then, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I, of those 3, are the only one who went away to college. And that's where I would run into this monumental double platinum masterpiece that is the Benedictine monks of Santo Domingo de Silos doing Gregorian chants. Now, anyone that was around there has got to remember this crap because this fucking shit was goddamn everywhere on a college campus. I would like walk through college dorm rooms and be like, like, oh man,
Oh my God.
you think, this thing went double platinum. So yes, there was definitely the cause of that definitely was a large contingent of what you would say today would be the live, laugh, love people. Definitely would have caused that. But there was definitely other people. And those other people would probably be going to a small liberal arts school in, like a town that hated the college kids and indulged in various inhalables and various things that's because you'd walk down the hallway and hear this thing getting turned on. And you're like, man, I got $5 for a nickel. Oh, and you knew damn well if you heard this damn thing, you were not knocking on any doors. That was not the right time because you knew if this thing was going, them motherfuckers would hi, and you did not want to just knock because then you'd be it's the RA. It's I'm gonna get kicked out of school because back in the day, man, if you smoked pot, you would get kicked out of the college. But
We're talking about a very serious drug, ladies and gentlemen.
yeah,
Talking about marijuana.
But one way or another, this thing came out in 1994. And I mean, yes, okay, it wasn't that. I wasn't hearing it nonstop, like walking down the halls. It wasn't in chorus from other sides of the hallway. I'm sure, we've had a couple of my college friends on our show with us, Matt and Aftab, and they'll probably be rolling their eyes if they end up listening to this one. Like, I don't remember it that much, but this thing definitely had a place with the stoners back in 1994. So this thing actually, I mean, we can't even really say who is singing on it because as it turns out, nobody even knows when it was recorded.
Who's the lead singer?
Yeah, well, it's a bunch.
Who plays bass on this album?
It's all God.
That's it. When you're that high on like hydroponics and it's just like, God is speaking through me and, you can touch heaven.
And weren't the monks all drunk on triple and stuff like that?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about these monks is the Benedictine is the longest order of longest running religious order in the Latin Church. Was created in 529 CE. The cool thing about them, though, is they're male religious order. They're called the Black Monks. So that's metal right there.
And ironically, not black.
Yeah, they were all European, very much. I think they started in Spain. But one way or another, this thing is just one of those aspects of, like when we were getting into shit and doing the real stuff that these kids today couldn't comprehend, that we, as stated, we've had hardcore bands, just going off with Hindu mantras and Hare Krishna. We have, major top level rappers, going off with Buddhism. Well, we also had fucking Benedictine monks doing Gregorian chants. So what do you say? Let's do the big hit.
Can I say before you get it started, Keith? If this thing is 10% as interesting as your intro is, I'm going to grade it and give it an A.
Okay. Let's do, let's see here. Christus factus est.
I can't find it. I've got a
nobis.
YouTube link with the entire album. I don't know where to play any of that.
Well,
Just click somewhere about a third in. That's probably it.
Yeah, do you have like a timestamp? I don't know. Here,
no,
play.
I've got no fucking clue, man. This
Literally
is
nobody would know.
239.
Play their hit.
The chorus on this is awesome. The groove, man. What was that band Enigma? Was it Enigma that had like the
Yeah, Enigma.
sound?
Yeah.
Were they influenced by these guys?
They definitely jumped on the bandwagon.
By the way, this band's older. 524.
Oh, that's true.
AD, motherfucker.
What about Enya?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enya was big with the Live, Laugh, Love contingent.
Oh,
Yeah, but she was a female and they weren't allowed to be monks.
Yeah, that's true. Why'd you stop it, man? It was just about to hit the breakdown. Oh, man.
If I was,
Did you stop it?
When the pit opens up.
if I took drugs and then Keith, if I was doing drugs back then and listening to that,
And you were.
I wasn't
you weren't
listening to that.
listening to it. Yeah.
I would have been mad that I was wasting my drug time on this shit.
You weren't open to expand your brain to feel.
I would have fallen asleep probably.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, regardless, the point of this whole thing is this shit fucking happened, motherfuckers. This is the real shit. When we were growing up, we had this kind of crap, not this garbage these kids today talk about with their Dua Lipa and whatever pop sensation nonsense. We had Gregorian monks. Bitches.
Dua Lipa is better than that.
I have no idea. I've never heard.
I don't know either. I couldn't even tell you a single Dua Lipa song. But.
Black monks, motherfuckers.
either,
It's
but-
metal.
Wings of Pegasus broke down one of her videos. So
No.
She was
All right.
So
What do you grade that?
I grade it
A+.
bullfrog.
I grade that you've shown up to the wrong class. You need to go see your guidance counselor.
Yeah.
I grade that it was a lot easier in my freshman year to get weed than it was to get alcohol.
Yeah, makes sense.
Probably is now.
I got-
Just mail it to you now.
Yes,
seriously.
that's a good point.
Can't mail
about-
beer to people.
No, I was in the beer of the month club.
Oh, that's
Had it
true.
mailed to me.
Okay. We're sponsored by
That's,
mood.com.
that's the gift that keeps on giving all year long, Clark.
That it is, Eddie.
All
That is
right,
indeed.
so
Yeah,
What's
I got about
next?
10 minutes into that when
yeah,
Keith
all
said,
right, yeah, tell me,
That's
guys. All
way
right, you
further
got 10
than me.
minutes. Joe didn't even bother trying. Tim, what was your
Less than a minute. Less than a minute.
Yeah,
What
I
did
would
you
have
manage?
I would have that whatever we just listened to, that would have been longer than I would have listened to it on my own.
I put it on. I went and walked the dogs, and by the time I was done walking the dogs, I was done with it.
Just to be fair, can you skip to another like section? Like
Yeah.
beyond
Let's
that?
go,
Yeah.
like
I saw
Big- 'cause
51
I think it's
minutes.
really going to
on
start
it
to
now.
It might really start to cook here in a minute. Nope. Same exact fucking thing.
I think this one is verbum caro factum est.
oh,
Responsando mode 7.
It's ipso succum balzo, I think.
Double platinum. This
worldwide.
Wait. We were just talking like
There's a lot
last
of
week.
Catholics. There's a lot of Catholics out
Well,
there.
we were talking last week about who was that band? Slipknot. Theirs went double platinum. The Benedictine monks, Slipknot, the same thing. You got the maggots and you got Catholics. It's just two separate kind of social groups. When they have when Slipknot, when the Benedictine monks open for Slipknot, it's a little bit weird. It's kind of like Sisters of Mercy and Public Enemy show.
Well,
but
It's used
they
to
get
be
along.
Harold Ghost.
Yeah, I was gonna say I could see him opening for Ghost for sure. People,
Yeah. If you would,
I mean,
they
maybe
don't
like
do
an
that
interlude
anymore,
between bands.
3 of those guys are in Ghost right now.
You never, they could be.
Ghost used to do that thing with they had basically that, and then
Yeah.
incense burning, and it was like
Yeah.
you're going to church kind of a thing.
Because you were the church
You were
of Satan.
Yeah,
pretty much, yeah.
we're at a ritual.
You had a ritual.
That's what they
yeah.
called it.
I think Tobias is enough of a control perfectionist person that he would have at least made the lyrics in Latin even
Yeah,
and had more like minor.
yeah. I don't know if it was
keys.
actually that specific thing that they're playing, but it's very similar.
It was very
Could be.
similar. Yeah, it
He
was
probably
an
also-
actual song. It was I forget what it was, but it was an actual track from something they were playing. Yeah, like a movie or something.
Oh, that thing that they play, yeah. That like there is a specific thing from Eyes Wide Shut that plays
Oh, that's right.
before
That's
they
what I'm
come
thinking of.
on, but they
That's
would
what I'm
play
thinking of.
several
No, but
stuff like
before-
that. But it was kind of like when Metallica plays, Long Way to the Top if you want to rock and roll. That's like, oh,
Yeah.
they're coming on stage now.
Yeah, no,
Ghost,
that's right. There was
that thing would start playing from Eyes Wide Shut, and you're like, oh, here they come. They're gonna come
that's
on.
right. Yeah, but before that there was like half an hour of just chanting. I
What's
mean,
that
it was
song called?
a long time. The lights dimmed and there was incense burning. And I was like, all right, well, they're coming on eventually. And
Let's go check out the merch.
Yeah,
yeah,
I
pretty
actually have
much.
that.
Yeah.
I have
have
that
a
weird. Go ahead.
I have a recollection of Gregorian chants being a thing in the zeitgeist of everyone for a while. I didn't know it was that long ago. I thought it was a little bit like 2000s. So I don't know if
Yeah, I
there was
think
a resurgence.
Maybe there's a resurgence because I seem to recall that as well. Like early 2000s,
Yeah.
there seemed to be some kind of a thing with that.
Well, with this thing hit and all of a sudden took off the way it did, the monks ended up appearing on might have been Letterman, a couple other of the late night shows, but one way or another, they did not know that this shit was going to. I mean, they just were like, "All right, we could sell this, and it'll come back to the monastery, and I don't know, we'll make more beer with it." And then this thing went double platinum, and they were all sitting pretty with gold chalices. And
They were
got
acting
those-
like the rest of the Catholic Church. Got
the
it.
best, the frocks and fleeces that they could knit and stuff.
This is the thing that played it during. All right, well, let's move on to now that we're done talking about our Gregorian chanting. Let's talk about an actual album that we're going to talk about this episode, which is Clutch, Blast Tyrant. So we talked about the 1994 album, the Gregorian chanting. Now we're going to move on to a 2004 album celebrating its 20th anniversary, Blast Tyrant by Clutch. We'll play a little bit of this to get going. Yeah, nice shirt. We got 2 Clutch shirts tonight.
I don't have any Clutch merch. It's terrible. It's a
I have
travesty.
one Clutch shirt from like 30 years ago. And it barely fits him anymore, so I can't wear it. Let's play. I don't know. Play a little bit of this song. It's actually. Is that the shirt you're wearing? The artwork?
Yeah, here.
With a mustache and a supernova, tossed off the cliffs of Dover, washed up on a faraway shore in the arms of the daughter of the buffalo.
We'll get more into the tracks later, but yeah, this band is Neil Fallon on vocals and rhythm guitar, and Oregon apparently. Tim Salt on lead guitar. Dan, is it Maines or Mayonnaise? Mayonnaise?
Mains.
Mayonnaise. What?
I know it's not mayonnaise. I was just fucking around. And Jean-Paul Gaster on drums. Or JP, whatever you prefer. Produced by Clutch and Machine, or Gene Freeman. And this is the second Clutch album actually to be produced by Machine. Pure Rock Fury was the first. So, and he also produced Earth Rocker as well. So, yeah. So yeah,
Another
he's got a
big
good
thing
track record with
regarding.
them. Yep.
Well,
What?
it's just the fact that their current tour right now is they're playing this entire album from start to finish.
Well, I think they're done with the tour, aren't they?
I thought, no, there's still.
They
the
announced
Baltimore
3
show.
more shows. They're actually going to play Baltimore at the end of December.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to go to that.
I know. I'm thinking I might want to try to go to that too, actually.
I will have to say the big reason that we wanted to do this is because Joe and I just saw that tour, and that's where I bought this shirt, and had a very good time because when it comes to Clutch, I'm sorry, we were talking that night. This is the there are so many good albums, but this one is hands down just phenomenal, the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is my second favorite Clutch album. I'll say that. Yeah. I like
What's
self-titled.
self-title?
I like self-titled a little bit better. Yeah. Just a little bit.
That's close, but I like this one better.
Yeah, it is close. I mean,
Very close. Very
they're
close.
both great.
Yeah.
But there's a couple songs on that self-title I just like a little bit more than any song on this album. So that's all. But again, yeah, fantastic. Let's see. This is the 6th studio album by Clutch, released on March 23rd, 2004 on DRT Entertainment. They were apparently dropped by Atlantic after Pure Rock Fury didn't do so well. And then there were 3 years between Pure Rock Fury and this album. So, which is kind of odd for them. Like, they were pretty quick to release albums. But I guess the whole record deal and things like that kind of fell through and took them a while to get that sorted out. I don't know.
Well, I think we all know it's yes, they got signed to a major label, and we're hoping that was the next step of their, success as a band, and then they got dumped. They got dropped, and we're like, yeah, what do we do now? Like no one wanted to climb back into a van and, sleep on floors anymore. Had, higher levels of expectations going on. And thankfully, they just, after, that's the thing. I would say Pure Rock Fury, I don't think it's that great of an album. It might be.
No.
It's not good.
It's got a couple great ones, but it's also got a whole lot of filler. One way or another, that failing, if that failing led to this masterpiece, hell yeah. Hey, just, they should fail more often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in that case, they've been failing a whole hell of a lot because, God damn it, like everything that I finally got Book of Bad Decisions, freaking, what are the other ones that are? I mean, there's just so many fucking classics.
Yeah.
I think they've
I
been
mean-
on a roll since this album. Like
Yes,
Yeah,
they have
Sunrise on Solar
really.
Beach. Great.
Yeah.
Since
I
this
still
album-
don't own that one.
the two before it were the only ones that are kind of weak.
I
Jam
disagree.
Room and Pure Rock Fury. I think everything else has been good.
I mean, Strange Cousins from the West,
Seriously, that one. Ain't
Robot
right.
Hive Exodus.
That is, I love that one.
Really? That's probably my least
yeah.
favorite Clutch album.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, Pure Rock Fury is worse than that.
Yeah, I'd say Pure Rock Fury is my least favorite, but
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
maybe.
one way or another, I would still say that two of my favorite Clutch songs might be on Pure Rock Fury.
Yeah, it does have some good songs on it.
Yeah,
So
it's weird.
That's
Yeah,
a
there's
weird
couple
one.
of really good ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Drink to the Dead and Immortal are freaking. Well, let's get back to Blast Tyrant.
Yeah, let's focus on this.
Yes.
We have time to talk about Clutch.
We could, yes, if you were talking about Slipknot, you could talk for hours. Well,
Yes, true.
I think we could
Yeah.
go on for days on Clutch.
Yeah, the original or the actual title of this album. Did you see that?
Yes, it's a
Yeah, I didn't know that until
I didn't know that either.
I read an article here.
Yeah.
You gonna read it?
Blast Tyrant Atlas of the Invisible World with illustrations of strange beasts and phantoms. Interesting.
Where does it say that? Does anyone have the record?
No
nearby?
idea. Yeah.
Oh, you
I
got
have
it
a
right
CD.
there. Does it say that
record.
on there somewhere?
I was gonna show this later, but you know,
I have the same
As a
thing.
matter of fact,
Oh, there you go.
yeah,
That's,
Oh, yeah, that's on the CD too.
Okay.
that's funny. I always thought this was. I talked to Tim about. I think I talked to you about this too, Joe. When I got this on record, it says Weathermaker Records down at the bottom corner here, but it's weird that it says like disc 1. If you can
Yeah.
see that, probably not. But disc 1 and disc 2, like you don't call records discs. So
Yeah.
like I could
Well,
see that if it was
my-
a CD,
I mean, they are discs, but nobody calls you right. Nobody says that.
right? It's
Yeah.
like that's why I was like questioning the legitimacy of this record when I got it. But no, I mean it's
It's the real
seems
deal.
like it's legit.
I
yeah.
gotta find
Weathermaker
mine
Records.
too now.
We're all look at my record. No, look at my record. No,
mine is brand new.
We're a
I just got mine.
podcast. Look at mine. Look at mine. Mine looks like Arnold Palmer's.
That one's good. But no, seriously,
Ooh, blue.
Look at
Sparkling.
mine.
Oh, wow, that's
Translucent.
yeah,
Where'd you get that?
I got it at the show.
Oh, okay.
That was one of those things. I'm just like sitting there at the merch, and I'm like,
newer.
all right, I need to.
I wonder if that's.
I need to get a T-shirt because I don't have. This is the only Clutch T-shirt I've had, and I love this
Yeah.
band. And I'm like sitting there. I'm like, all right, I don't have this album, and this is like, one of my favorite albums. I've got to own this.
Yeah.
So it was
Fantastic.
$40, but I'm like, hey, it's worth it.
40 for the vinyl that's colored
Yeah.
and everything. That's not bad.
And it's got one extra song on it.
Okay.
It's just got the regulator acoustic.
Oh yeah,
Okay. Yeah. That's good.
yeah. There were some extra songs on the re-release that came out.
Yeah. There's a whole
10
bunch
years
on
later.
the
Yeah.
that Spotify version.
Yeah.
It's on Spotify. Not Spotify
Boxcar
version.
Shorties, Confession, the regular acoustic, Basket of Eggs acoustic, tight like that. I guess these are live. Some live tracks, yeah. Yeah, there's a bunch of extra stuff on the extended re-release.
All right, here's my big question, and see if any of you guys know the answer, because it seems to me like, the worm drink gets mentioned in more than one song or something. Is there an overline storyline going throughout this fucking
I was
thing?
wondering that too, actually, if there was
I mean,
like a concept.
I
type
feel
album.
like there is, but then, Mob Goes Wild is just about kind of the war in Iraq a
Yep.
little bit.
Yep.
And then Army of Bono, which I think is a slam against,
It's Arnie, though, isn't it?
I thought it's Army.
Army of Bono, yeah.
Army of
Is it
Bono.
Army?
Yeah,
It's
and it's
Army.
goose-stepping with Bono, because I think it's kind of more of a slam on the left. Everyone like, oh my God, we have to listen to the rock stars and, do what they tell us to do, kind of thing. But,
I don't know. I don't know if it's like a concept album or what. It doesn't. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't
There may be
think
some
so, but
theme.
I mean,
I've
let's
never-
face it, when it comes to his lyrics, nobody's ever going to make
right.
that
Yeah.
much sense
Yeah.
out of what he's talking about.
I think
Unless
you
it's
could, there could be like
crab
fan
cake
fiction
recipe.
of
Yeah.
behind all of these Clutch albums. And
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much there, but I don't think it's ever really connected.
Yeah.
Clearly, you
Yeah.
know. I never felt like this was a conceptual album.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
like I feel like it could be, and I'll never know because I just haven't expanded my mind enough. Or something. Haven't listened to enough, Gregorian chants.
Yeah. Right.
Well, let's what do we want
album
to
cover.
start with? Well,
Album
let's do
cover.
the
Yeah,
album
that's
cover.
interesting. Yeah. That's not the album cover.
no, it's part of the album cover.
One thing, Clutch does not have a consistent style to their album covers.
No,
You know, like they could be
Definitely
anything at any point. Which
Yeah, this
is
thing's
cool.
fucking weird.
Even their logo, they have various logos that they used. Like I don't
Yeah,
think
that's true.
is that logo on another album. I can't remember.
I
That's
don't
kind
think
of what
so.
my shirt is, but
Yeah, I don't think so either. Maybe, but yeah, I mean, you look at things like Psychic Warfare. That's just like the most basic Clutch, written in like the most basic font ever.
Yeah, like the most
and then they've
recent
got-
looks like that.
That's
I think it's-
that's on
Yeah,
the
that's
self-titled.
crazy looking. Yeah,
yeah,
That's the same as the self-titled. That logo.
yeah.
So
Then they have the one that's like in a circle.
yeah,
which is I think the most iconic one is the circle.
Yeah,
yeah,
But
yeah. It's interesting. I don't know. This album cover. Let's see. It was artwork by Encarnacion Hernandez. Whoever that is.
sure.
It's fucked up.
what? It's,
well,
the album
there's a
cover?
lot of
Yeah,
there's
the album
a-
cover is weird.
well, there's a lot of tentacles, and you figure with that, it's got to be like a Japanese band.
It's like
Why would you think that?
Because the Japanese people, man, like they just got tentacles. So like, they're major
Tentacle porn?
sitcoms. Exactly. Like all of a sudden there's just like an octopus, just getting vagina slimy or something.
What were you saying? Gatefold?
Oh, the CD. It's a whole picture,
Oh, whole scene. Yeah,
like a whole scene.
yeah. The back.
Sounds
There's a
kinda
back of the vinyl like that too. I think.
That
Maybe the
purple,
inside of the vinyl's like that.
that purple stuck with me. Like I kind of think
Yeah.
this is the purple oven,
Yeah, for
or
sure.
more of a lavender, maybe. Or a
Yeah.
mauve. I don't know.
Mauve.
It's like gray purple combo. But yeah, it's a cool album cover.
Yeah. I
It's a
don't know
good
what
quality
Blast
album.
Tyrant.
Is he the Blast Tyrant?
That's
I always assumed he was the Blast Tyrant.
Kind of figured he was the worm drink because he's kind of got a worm kind of tentacle thing going on, but
Worms don't have tentacles.
This would have been useful to have a band member on the
Yes.
episode.
someday, let's
Someday,
keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah. Let's see. I mean, we want to move on from the album cover.
Sure.
Talk about production, maybe.
Sure.
I mean, it sounds really good.
It sounds a lot
That's the
better than the
thing.
preceding album done by the same.
Which is funny. Yeah, I was about to say the
Producer.
same thing. Yeah. Like,
This
yeah.
is one of their best sounding albums.
Absolutely.
I mean, they've been pretty good recently too, but this was the best sounding up to that point easily.
Yeah.
He's just
Yeah.
thick and loud. It's not overmodulated like the Rick Rubin album.
You're right. Yeah.
Like this album's loud though. Like the drums really punch you if you turn this one up.
I always liked how kind of natural his drum sound is. It's just like
Yeah.
very live sounding,
Yeah, very live
Just-
sounding.
like you're in the room with him. Yeah.
Yep.
It's good. And the thing about them is like they've never been flashy. Like none of the guys are like, I mean, the drummer's probably the flashiest member of the band as far as like instrumentation and musicianship goes. But like guitar solo wise, he's a great guitar player. I love his solos, but there's nothing that fancy about them. You know what I mean? It's all pretty simplistic stuff,
just
but it works really
feel.
well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
The
note
groove is
that
always the big thing with them.
Yeah.
here the drums were recorded at one studio.
Hmm.
Guitar and vocals were recorded at a different studio, both in Hoboken, New Jersey. And then additional production and vocals and guitar were recorded in JP's living room.
Yeah. Nice. Well, there you go. Was this always up there as one of your favorites? Because for me, I've always loved the album, but I guess I didn't really realize how significant it was or how much I liked it until kind of more recently, actually. Like it almost grew on me. I don't know.
I don't know. For me, go ahead, Tim. You go
I was
first.
gonna say it was my I think it was my favorite within like a month of owning it in 2004.
Yeah, okay.
I kept playing it over and over and over and over.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, for me,
Maybe it
this
was-
one ended up consistent in there, and there are a number of things, mentioning, I was, let's see, this thing came out in 2004, and I was living off of New Hampshire Avenue at the time, and I
nice.
moved, as a matter of fact, well, I was moving down the street from New Hampshire, and then I
TikTok
moved to
liquor?
another place right off of New Hampshire. Joe, I think, came by and we drove past TikTok Liquor. That place is not where you really want to spend any time, but just having that being there, like, just helped me, like, just put this thing in here. And then eventually, and this is the most important aspect, I started playing World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
And Subtle Hustle kind of became my tunes theme song. So,
Oh, nice. Yeah.
This album was so good that it kind of put me off to the subsequent albums for a long time. It didn't live up to it, even though going back, like, they're really good too.
I would agree. I bought Robot Hive and I did not listen to it until, I would listen to it and be like, okay, I'm just going to put Blast Tyrant back in.
Yeah, exactly.
And eventually, I have seriously eventually fallen in love with that album as well. But it's definitely nowhere close to as good as this one. It's still, that's the one thing when it comes to Clutch albums. It's just like the worst ones are mediocre.
Yeah.
They're not great, but they got some good stuff on them. But
Yeah. They're not
Yeah.
like offensive or anything.
No, my issue with Robot Hive is just I don't like. There's not a lot of memorable songs on it for me. Like I love 100011 and Burning Beard. Burning Beard's awesome. It's a great song. But like outside of those two songs, I'm looking at the track listing right now, going, I don't know if I could tell you how that song goes, quite frankly. Just because I just don't listen to it enough. I don't go back to it enough. So
Yeah.
I should. Again, like Keith was saying, it's not. None of their albums are bad. It's just, some of those are not as good. Like same with From Beale Street to Oblivion. I think they got in this phase with those two albums where it was like more bluesy. Yeah. They got like more organ.
Well, that was the
harmonica and stuff like that. Yeah.
And, well, the harmonica. The more he's been using that, it's. I don't know. I was really impressed with his harmonica usage. Seeing this show live. So
yeah. Yeah, I feel, Joe, you said something earlier that I kind of disagree with. Like, they haven't had a bad period since after this album. I feel like from 2005 to 2009, it was kind of like, I think Earth Rocker, when that came out in 2013, that really, since then, I feel like they've been on fire. Like, every album since then.
That's much better than the ones before. Between those two, yeah.
Yeah.
So what is that? I can't even look at the discography.
So 2004 was Blast Tyrant, obviously. Robot Hive Exodus was 2005, so just a year after this. And then Beale Street was 2007. Strange Cousins was 2009.
But
so
Earthwalker On is definitely better than the aughts, other than this
Definitely.
album.
Yes, absolutely. And that for me, that Earthwalker really recharged kind of my love of the band. Like I never disliked them, but I was kind of like, yeah, they're fine.
They were headed to. They were kind of going to the Pearl Jam thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just
getting very samey.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rocker was like, whoa, we're back. This is really good.
Yeah.
And then Book of Bad Decisions might be my third favorite album by them. So
that is. I'm so glad I picked that one up. Holy crap! It's like, God damn.
Like
It's really
two of my
good.
favorite Clutch songs are on that album. So I just love Hot Bottom Feeder. I mean,
Oh yeah.
it's, you write a song about crab cakes and making
Oh yeah.
Yep.
a recipe
Yep.
for crab cakes.
Great.
Who else does that?
Cool.
And then how to shake hands. That's perfect. Perfect political song. It's so great. Anyway, back to Blast Tyrant. Sorry. Let's see what other notes I got. Y'all.
One quick thing I will mention about this. All right. After we went and saw them, I went out and, the next week I had to mow the lawn. Everyone has to do that kind of sometimes. And
Yes.
just, started, got my engine going, started moving around. And I got Prophets of Doom just stuck in my head. And I'm just like, okay. And I'm just start singing along with it, singing along with it, singing along with it. Unload, a load of, grass clippings and, put it in a bag. And then I'm just singing along with it. And then singing along with it. And I pretty much had that song stuck in my head for the entire fucking hour, an hour and a half. I mowed my goddamn lawn. And at the end of it, I was still rocking out like, yeah.
This is a very earworm full
Yes.
album.
It was
Oh my God.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's just
Whatever the
like,
last thing you heard on the
Oh, yeah.
album when he stopped is like, that's going to just keep going.
exactly like, how do you get a song stuck in your head for an hour, more than an hour, and still be like rocking out to it to like the 50th time singing it at the
Yeah,
end?
I mean, you mentioned Subtle Hustle. I've listened to like the Slipknot album, and I was listening to the other albums, and I was listening to this album like over and over and over for the last 2 weeks. But that, I got Your Mother's Maiden Name tattooed on my arm. I've had that in my
Yes.
head for like,
Yes.
no matter what I listen to, I would just
That's-
always go back to that line.
That's one of the best lines in the history of rock and roll music.
Yeah. It is.
It's such
it
a
is
great line.
such.
Your mother's maiden name tattooed on my arm.
So much groove. You know that
yes.
video
Oh.
that white cat going like his head going like this? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know.
All their songs are that cat doing that.
Yes, sir.
I mean, what else do we need to say besides A+ straight down the board?
This is going to be an A+ for me.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
might as well
yeah,
grade it now and then just talk about the tracks. A+. Right?
Yeah, it's an A+. Also, another album with lots of stereo separation.
I haven't
If you
listened
have
to some
headphones.
headphones.
Oh, yeah, it's great on headphones. There's lots of stereo stuff going on in this one.
Oh, good. It's like going to be a new-ish album.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
there's
the
a
one,
lot
Eric.
of. I noticed there's a couple of songs where things go back and forth too, like
Yeah. And there's some
switching
stuff with
between channels.
There's that
Yeah.
roto
Yeah.
sound keyboard sound at the end, too. It's on, is it
Oh, yeah.
on, is it on the
WYSIWYG
instrumental?
you're talking
thing?
about?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we going to do tracks now? Like, fuck it. Let's do it.
We all know what WYSIWYG is, right?
Whoa, the
What
tracks.
you see is what you get.
What you see
You
is what
got
you
it.
get. That's a total Clutch thing to say too. All right, tracks. Well, I guess we could go track by track. This is definitely a worthy album of track by track. So Mercury. This is very much.
So the
an
album's
opening
going to
track
start. It's going to start here, and it's just going to like punch you in the balls right away.
I'm looking
It
at
really,
the-
really right here.
I just sent that GIF of the cat, and
Yeah. Now look at the cat.
I'm looking at it.
watch it.
Perfect.
Perfect. Yep. Told you. That's the Clutch cat.
It's really good. I think it works well.
Yeah.
That ride.
Oh, yeah.
Deedless, your child is falling, and the
We're gonna listen to the whole album.
Yeah.
Well, I had to get some vocals.
Touch cat.
Well, any idea what I mean, Mercury is the planet, but is it also like a?
Well, he was a
Is it-
Greek.
Is it? I was gonna say, is it like a
God,
Greek mythology?
All the planets are named after those dudes
Well, yeah, that's true.
and chicks.
Yeah.
And Uranus.
Who's the Roman version of Mercury?
Don't know.
Or no, that's the Roman one. Who's the Greek version? They're all Roman gods. But they,
Oh, right.
they stole their gods from the Greeks. So he's.
Well, we could
Should've
look
had-
this up.
Yeah, I should have a tiff on this part.
I wonder if that's
Well,
on the
that
internet
stuff.
somewhere.
Who the hell is Daedalus? Daedalus, your child is
He's some
fallen.
Bible dude.
The child's calling.
Hermes. Hermes is known as Mercury.
Hermes. Ooh, that
Hermes.
song doesn't sound
He's
as
a
cool if you name it that.
messenger god, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
I know that because
Yes.
the first IT place I worked at, we had a mail exchange server called Hermes. Was the name of the exchange server?
Mercury would have been better.
Clever.
I thought that was
Yeah.
thought that was clever.
Clever.
Yes.
Mercury would
Cheesy.
have definitely been more
Cheesy.
like if you know kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Hermes is about one letter removed from herpes. So it's not a good
Yeah.
name.
That's true.
What about Uranus?
Uranal herpes.
Oh God.
Wow.
That's
Veered
where we
way
are.
off track here.
We have diet.
Oh,
Yeah.
This is kind of an intro song, right? It's only a minute. Well, it's
Yeah.
3 minutes long.
No, it's
but
3
a lot of-
minutes.
A lot of instrumental stuff going on though. Very few vocals is what I guess my point.
Yeah.
It's got that really awesome snare roll thing at the end where he goes into the ride. The
Yeah.
rides on the
He does-
crash.
Awesome snare stuff.
It's the mind of man, timeless muse of time.
Really, the song is 2 minutes 15 seconds, and then they have
Bunch of
45
noise.
seconds of this.
Yeah, that's kind of silly.
The drummer is who you want to watch when you go see Clutch. Well, Neil's
Well,
pretty. Neil's good to watch too. He jumps around and stuff, but the guitarists,
Tim and Dan just stand there.
they don't.
Very,
do
very,
much.
very Ramones-esque, except they move less than the Ramones.
Yep. Prophets of Doom, we played a little bit of that, but we can play some more of that.
There pay no mind inside his econo line. Swallow all the planets, the prophets of doom. Quarterly projection, the prophets of doom. The prophets of doom. The prophets of doom. The prophets of doom. A caliph rabbi and a bishop walk into a bar. One says to the other, hey now brother, we haven't got
Right channel.
very far. Who's that riding? Jungle Revolator. Who's that riding? In off the book of the seventh seal. Swallow all the planets. The prophets of
Swallower of Planets is such an awesome line.
Yeah.
And then quarterly projections. That's pretty funny.
I don't know. I mean, what is it? A bishop, rabbi, and a caliph walk into a bar. One
Yeah.
says to the other, "Hey, now, brother, we haven't gotten very far, but there's 3 of them there. So, which is the one to the
Yeah.
the math there? It's like,
Yeah.
but, I mean, I love tying in the fact that there's
Prophets
so
and
much
prophets.
Yeah, that's
Play
right.
on
Yeah,
words.
Prophet. That's right. Never trust the white man driving the black van. That part too.
Yeah.
saving all his voodoo for you.
Trust the white man driving the black man. He just saving all his voodoo
Just for you.
just for you.
Did we talk about? We didn't talk about the very beginning of that song where it's. I think Joe, you mentioned this. When I thought the same thing though. It's very Mama Waldy sounding.
Oh my
the
God,
whole riff
yeah.
is, yeah. It's that open wah for most of it.
Yeah. Well, I thought the same thing. This is I'm Waldy.
Yeah. But we wrote that stuff before this came out, though.
But we kind of were ripping him off before.
I know.
Yeah.
You influenced them.
Yeah.
But even that, just that da-na-na-na-na, like the Super Crow Disco
Some
Hell,
wah,
that song was
flangy sound there.
Yeah.
It might be the same notes, even.
That's weird.
Very, very weird.
But that
That's,
1990.
I guess not that weird, considering we were ripping them off anyway. So, yeah, 1996. Yeah.
But wow.
Yep. Mob Goes
What is
Wild.
I learned all
Okay,
these
so
songs.
this is the
I
video
forgot it.
song.
Yeah. Video was
It's
created by Ryan Dunn.
It's not. That's higher. It's an A B.
Oh. Well, we were tuned down a step.
I think we were
Does that
much
matter?
longer than that.
I think you're right. Anyway. Yeah, Mom Goes Wild was the video kind of, I don't know if you call
Never
it a hit, but
Never seen it.
I don't know that you'd call any Clutch song a hit. So
you've never seen the video for this? Really? It's, well, it's a lot of Jackass people in it because it was created by Ryan Dunn from Jackass. So.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Please allow me to adjust my pants so that I may dance the good time dance and put the onlookers and innocent bystanders into a trance. Give the sea so the swine will marry.
I mean, it was 2004, so it's not like we were seeing videos a lot.
The beast you see got 50 eyes. Bring it on home, spread the wealth, play it cool, the hand's been dealt. Now all the odds are in our favor, save the victory speeches for later. Streets on fire, the mob goes wild, wild, wild. Streets on fire, the mob goes wild. 21 guns, box made of pine, letter from the government sealed and signed, delivered federal.
That riff right there. Never noticed how weird that kind of that minor, you know what I mean? It's a little. It's just until I listened to it on headphones, I never noticed how kind of dissident it is. It's not. It's a little off from the regular.
What is it? Not a power chord?
No, definitely not. We'll play
The
it
solo in that song is on the left channel once you get to it. It's a 225, if you're wondering.
It's right here.
Man.
Notice that? It's like a minor.
It's probably
Bugatti.
It's probably it's probably an A sharp. E.
Yeah, I think it's what is it though?
Probably so first fret
Like not the fifth, but the fourth type thing. You know what I mean?
is not. I don't think it's a fourth. I think it's in between.
Like one of these deals. Like one of these things.
Yeah, that's not a fourth. It's
why don't you go get an acoustic so we can actually hear it?
Well, I'm not trying to play it so you can hear it. I'm just showing like where.
but it's
I
an
think it
E,
would-
so it would be open and then 1 and 2 probably.
Play the solo at 225.
I will do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna play this line.
Condoleezza Rice is nice, but I prefer Aroni and that man on the TV who speaks to the dead. You know that.
Everybody move to Canada, smoke lots of pot.
Everybody move to Canada right now.
Right
Here's how we
now.
do it. Bum rush the border guard before he and his dog even
ever
knew
do
it.
Oh, so yeah. So Neil Fallon on this song said about the lyrics. He said, "I would have written 'The Mom Goes Wild' around December 2003, so well into the shit show. I guess meaning the Iraq War. There's danger in naming particular politics because it does date the song, but sometimes that's great. Just listen to Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young on Ohio. It's probably the best, one of the best documentaries of the Kent State shootings ever made. With the Iraq invasion, it was probably the first time I'd experienced almost war as entertainment, from the civilian standpoint at least. It was always on TV, and I thought it would be, I thought it to be gross for everyone involved. So,
Yeah.
yep. But yeah, I mean that's, if you read the lyrics, it's pretty obvious it's about that. Cypress Grove. We'll move on to that.
Yes. Back of a jacked up Ford.
That's right.
That's right.
Well, alright, there are women in Cypress Grove. And
Touch
if
cat.
they catch you,
Yep.
you don't go home. So get to boogie and don't look back.
That line right there.
Oh, wait.
What's the line?
I never dug into the lyrics so much. I mean, I know the lyrics, but I didn't really dig into them closely. When he said, so get to booking, I never knew he said that. It sounds like he says
I don't either.
sarcastic boogie is what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, I never really. I don't think I'm a lyric guy. 'Cause I don't
me
fucking
neither.
know. That riff though, if you listen to it,
On a two-way track.
you might want to go back. It's just, it sounds very simplistic, right? It's three notes. First two times, it's a G1, it's a GF hammer on, goes up to the A sharp. But they changed the order on the second and third, or the third and fourth times through the lick. They just changed the order a little bit.
Oh, okay.
So it's the same notes in different order. Like, just play it again, you'll hear it. First two are the same, and then the third's different, and then the fourth is even different. Is different again.
I'll go to the second verse.
They say the water is cherry wine, and all them women drunk
Different here.
Different
again.
Yeah.
It's smart.
Yeah.
It's an easy way to give the riff a little bit more
Variety.
yeah, like some breath.
Yeah. Holy Diver. Like Dio?
Look out!
And a razorback bore in the back of a jacked up Ford.
This next part sounds like it could have been on Pure Rock Fury.
Yeah.
Just the way he's singing there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a damn good song.
Yes.
And it is cool to have our name in there too.
Yeah.
Even if he's saying a jacked up Ford, whatever.
That's if you guys got your brakes knocked off. You'd be jacked up.
That's right. That's right. Promoter of Earthbound Causes. Another lyric thing, but I don't know how I didn't connect this, but where he says, Rosemary, baby, I got the time, and time is spelled Thyme. Rosemary.
It's because it's parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme.
Yeah, I know.
You should have worked those in there somewhere. That might
To
have been
put in your brownies while you're listening to Gregorian chant.
I always thought it was taco. So very easily. I got the taco.
Thank you. That's enough for me. A little bit of riddle.
You got vocals on this side.
Yeah.
Oh, that's there. But put this extra one on the right.
Yeah. Singing a little bit in there.
No, but only on the right side. Not now, but before.
Back now, though. It's a little lower. Yeah, he's just harmonizing, but it's just a little lower register that he's singing on the left channel. Yeah,
So
that's
if you keep playing right from where you left off there, the slide guitar. Does he do it here? I always thought that was slide guitar.
Is it not?
When they played live, he did not have a slide at any point.
No.
He just was playing these weird chords way up on the neck. So I don't know. And now listening to it again, I'm wondering, and maybe it wasn't. It just kind of sounds like
I mean, it might have been a slide in there.
the studio.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just doesn't do it live.
But it sounded. I mean, it sounded perfect.
It sounded really good, and I didn't catch that it was different when we were watching.
I'm gonna have to go to that fucking Baltimore show, man. Damn it.
Yeah. If you do, you ain't gonna be disappointed. The parking was garbage, but holy shit, that show was fucking fantastic.
Well, this is at Ram's Head, so I think I've been there. The parking's fine there. There's a garage literally right there, and it's usually fine. So,
Well, if you find tickets, you need to let me know, please.
I put it in the chat.
Oh, is that
and,
what the link is? It
Yeah,
didn't
that
have,
long, ridiculous link. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Looks like AOL.
I know. And it's only $50, so it's not bad.
Not bad.
The Regulator is next, which is the. I mean, I would say it's the first Clutch song that's kind of like
Mainstream?
a little bit. Yeah, not. I mean,
I feel
different.
like it's in stuff, but I feel like it's in other media. Like it
It was on The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
there you go.
Really?
Episode.
I feel like it was it in Yellowstone?
Maybe. I
don't
never
know.
watched that series. So.
It might have been in Yellowstone. They've got some good songs on that show, actually. There's a lot of Maynard stuff on there.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think of the band. Perfect Circle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This song is detuned. One of their few detuned songs.
Was it just drop D or is it?
I think I don't know. That's that part was played by Neil, the main guitar part.
Let me get to the.
I think it was drop.
I mean, we can look it up real quick and find out, right?
Well, for Tim, it must have been just drop D because he just tuned down real quick.
Yeah. Okay.
It's Dad Fad.
That's what. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing too.
Oh, I see that lantern.
Weird.
Trimmed low, burning in our home. And though I feel
Guitar 2 is drop D though.
I swear
Okay.
tonight I'll cry no more.
This is another song with the lyrics, Tim.
And how
Where we didn't at least like. Where I think it was just a few years ago, you were saying how you didn't really realize. I didn't realize this. The regulator was, and the swinging pendulum was referring to a clock. Right?
Clock. Yeah. I was at a restaurant and they had a clock on the wall and I looked up and it said regulator and I was like, oh my God.
I was
The regulator, swinging pendulum. Oh.
I was at a restaurant when I learned that too, but I don't know if it was because of the clock.
I learned
It
that
must have been
from this podcast. And you could too. So you want to like and subscribe. And
But the song meaning, like the lyrics I've read on, like, I try to sometimes go and look and see, well, what are these songs about? Like, is there an obvious thing online that we can find? This said it's about a person going to murder someone and then kill themselves. And the last line where he says, walk the longest mile is the trip to hell.
Isn't he going to kill someone because he was banging his wife?
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Jimi Hendrix song.
It might be a different song where he talks about, because I know what you're talking about, where it's like what was it? Like something butt naked or something, or they're in bed.
About Uranus?
Yeah.
Because I don't see anything about that on this song.
Yeah.
The lyrics, I mean, it's a pretty, as far as like lyrics go, there's not a lot to it. There's like one verse, and then the chorus, and then is your wallet leather? Is your wallet fat? Not a year later, you got lying on your back.
Yeah.
So
Maybe I'm projecting.
well, there was another song where he talks about like sleeping with someone else's man or something like that. I don't know if it's this album. Maybe it's a different album. I don't know.
Is it Ghost?
Oh, maybe, yeah. All right, well, we'll get to Ghost. Maybe we'll find it there. Anyway, yeah. So apparently it's about someone killing somebody and then killing themselves. So
Well, definitely about murder.
yeah, for sure. Let's see, where are we?
Regulators bound up.
Right.
It's not the who is it? Warren G.
Yeah.
And
Nate Dogg.
Nate Dogg. It's not that regulator.
Which is also
About murder.
no. What's that song is who was the
Isn't it
original?
about murder too?
Probably, but that original song, and that's what's his name? The
Michael McDonald.
Michael McDonald, yeah.
Yeah. Keep forgetting.
Oh boy.
Yeah. That's it.
Which is funny because you forgot.
Exactly. All right, Worm Drink. I noticed the bass on this. Little distortion there. I didn't notice it.
Yeah, it's got some effects.
Yeah.
You can send out all the track snibblers, but I'm done with war.
He fucks with some pedals.
Bring 'em back.
Yeah, three, I think.
Deserter.
3 boss pedals.
Drink is loose. Wind 'em up, bring 'em back. Conscript deserter. The proof is in the juice.
Here we go.
University Boulevard, New Hampshire Avenue. TikTok liquor, Thunderbird. And now that we have totally lost our composure, we will
What's Thunderbird? Just a car?
You don't want Thunderbird.
Well, are you kidding me? You don't know
Oh,
what
that's the liquor. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry.
It's
Yeah.
like is that the white wine version of Night Train? Like one was red and one.
something like that. It was.
I think it was the white. It's really cheap white wine. It's probably spelled with a Y.
It's a malt liquor. It's definitely not
Okay.
a white wine, but it's a.
It tastes
It's a malt
wine-ish.
beverage. Malt
Okay.
beverage.
Nice.
But that's another thing. Like this song, like what the fuck is he talking about with this worm drink guy and being a conscript deserter? And then he's like talking about like an intersection that I used to drive past all the freaking time in a liquor store. It's just like, what does
was
that
probably in
have
the-
to do with this?
I think he's in the DC National Guard and doesn't want to go to Iraq, so he's deserting.
Okay, well,
I mean, it feels very anti-war, except for those.
definitely.
Except the verses don't quite. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, I think half of his lyrics are, they're up to the listener on what they actually mean, right? We were talking about that on a previous podcast, where it's sometimes the best lyrics are just left up to the listeners.
These are oddly specific, though, when you're giving like location.
Well, yeah, when it's New
near where
Hampshire
we
Avenue
live.
and
Liberate bananas.
I told you, I mentioned he's got a song where he talks about Fairfax, Virginia, right?
Yeah.
Is
It's
that
on Jam,
True Son
I
of
think.
Virginia?
It was Virginia Fairfax is the line.
Oh.
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I
Yeah, I
don't
think it was on
know.
Jam Room.
I've listened to Jam Room a couple times, but I've not
Yeah, I don't know that
swan
album
dive in there. Yeah.
Well, that was about the highlight of the album.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, everybody knew that one was not.
That's kind of like I don't know if that one even counts.
Yeah, I wouldn't include that in like their discography. I don't even know if it's on the Wikipedia for their. It's not.
It is
on
in
the
their. It
Wikipedia.
is in their discography, but
Oh yeah, you're right. It is. It is. 99. Okay.
It's weird. I listened to this song on my headphones. The bass is in the left channel only, but on Zoom it's both channels. It's weird. Like all this separation I was talking about is not happening on this Zoom audio.
That's weird.
It's
I mean, I'm
weird.
sharing in stereo, so
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
weird.
Don't know. Very
sure you weren't listening to it on weed.
I was playing the deluxe edition, but I don't know if it makes a difference.
That's the one I'm playing right now.
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah. Army of Bono.
Oh wait, go to 156 and warm drink just so I can hear the percussion part.
Oh yeah,
I
that's
love that part.
Yep.
It's more clutch cat.
The AU part.
Yeah. Yeah. Clutch cat. Yeah, I just wanted to hear that.
I picture that fucking cat from now on
Yep. He's clutch cat.
forever.
I gotta switch these up.
Yeah. Army of Bono, that's one of my favorite Clutch lyrics is in this song. Don't worry, it's just stigmata. Pass me a napkin.
Oh yeah.
Don't you dare tell your mother.
Don't fucking love that.
What are you doing in there?
to the scene while presidents are fleeing to their speeding limousines. Don't worry, it's just a matter. Pass me a napkin, and don't you dare tell my mother. Don't worry, it's just a matter. Pass me a napkin, and don't you dare tell my mother.
Yes, sir.
I don't know.
I love the heavy ending at 327. How it ends.
Yeah, I had
way
that
it
too.
ends.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you gonna say, Keith? Sorry, cut you
I was
off.
just saying how, like, I feel like this one, as much as this is a very anti-war kind of thing, like I feel like this Army of Bono is kind of a slam against our culture's obsession with the famous and just falling in line. Taylor Swift, going, saying that she supports Kamala Harris, so that means everyone else should do it too. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
As opposed to actually voting for the guy who's just a celebrity. That's his only credential.
but he's a true Christian.
Mhm. Yeah, that's what he is.
Definitely, man. You got me there. That guy's never
Yeah.
lied in his life.
No, never.
got that keyboard stuff too.
Yeah, it's cool.
That's in the right.
Is it?
Maybe not.
Yeah, I'm not getting any.
I think it's like, I think it's always in both, but it's a little more prominent in one than the other, and one than the
Yeah.
other. It seems like anyway. And maybe it's just those shocks. It's a little different. Were you listening to different headphones before?
These Bose. These are Bose open ear headphones. But I mean, they're just headphones. They're just separated like anything else. So,
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
So, Spleen Merchant, is this song about eating organs?
Possible.
That'd be about
It also might be about eating breakfasts. It could be about Uranus. I gotta stop with that recurring joke.
God, keep fucking doing that.
Neptune is Uranus. Right? No, that's Poseidon. Who's Neptune? Underworld guy.
80s?
Big guy.
Scotch whiskey made of tin have come to split your skills. Hey, hey, I got your heavy, hey, hey, I got your
Great chorus.
Oh, yeah.
I got it all right here.
All right, chip.
Right.
Well, cat hits it like bags start being a fake good medicines. If bad, you can toss them back in stuff them in sausages.
Stuff them in sausages. That's what I'm saying. Like, all these lyrics about,
Also,
like,
G is
wrap them tight in Ziploc bags to benefit good medicines. If bad, you can toss them back and stuff them in sausages. It's talking about, like,
What does fertilizer do?
All I talk about weed, man. Put that weed in the sausages. Yeah.
fertilizer makes your corn row higher. But
But-
makes your backyard stink.
he's not wrong.
Ooh, the weed in
I don't know what that song's about.
I don't know,
No
man.
idea.
It's about spleens. My
I
spleen.
guess.
whatever the spleen does.
Right?
Something.
Anything else on that song? I mean, we just spent like 30 seconds on it.
The spleen helps you build red blood cells. It's very
Okay.
important.
Yeah, you should know, right?
Yeah. Better than any of us would.
Yeah.
In the wake of the swollen goat.
That's a ship.
No horizon is obscured by
That's such a clutch riff.
Oh my god, I was gonna say the same thing.
settlements make nary a sound.
Total clutch riff.
And there were blackbirds singing and fish floating on the sea. While the bells of the buoys all rang in harmony. Bury your treasure, burn your crops. Black water rising and it ain't gonna stop.
The only other time we talked about Clutch was when we talked about the first album. So
Yep.
if anyone's listening to this podcast and this is their second time hearing Clutch, and the only other time they heard them was when we talked about the first album, quite a difference.
Very
Oh, yeah.
well. I mean, let's
Oh,
face it,
yeah.
their first album compared to the rest of their entire catalog
Yes.
is very different. But
Yeah.
Yeah. That's we didn't. I mean, where would you
Probably
put that
talked
first
about it on our
album?
year-end stuff.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, we do that.
Yeah.
That's
but-
true.
Yeah.
I always forget about those. I mean, where would
Those are non-canon.
where would you rank
That's
that
right.
first album in their entire like?
Oh, it's hard. I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, it would be up there. It would definitely be.
Yeah. It's like top 5.
I don't know if it's top
Probably.
5 for me.
I don't know if
Elephant
it is
Riders
either.
is better.
Probably not.
This is better.
Yeah, I love
Self-titled is
Riders.
better.
Book of Bad
Self-titled.
Decisions is better, in my opinion.
Book of Bad
Book
Decisions.
of Bad
I gotta
Decisions
look
is
at the
better.
discography here.
Maybe it is.
I
top
actually
10.
took the
It's top
time to.
10.
Top 10. Okay.
Well, they have like 12 albums.
Yeah.
I did take the time to like rank mine if I were to rank it, but I didn't ask everyone else to do that, so I'm not going to ask you guys to do that right now.
Yeah.
But
No, I'd be hard to do.
yeah,
Well,
Probably seventh. If I had to go real quick, seventh.
This
That's
that's
the last-
exactly where I have mine. Yeah,
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Last four are better. Blast Tyrant, and then Elephant Riders and Clutch are better.
I put it, like right in the middle. So like, I did say it's a little bit better than Sunrise on Slaughter Beach, but
Mm-mm.
no.
I don't think so.
It's close. That'd be close. Yeah.
Yeah, it's close.
Look at that album.
But I mean, they're all like those. That whole, I don't know. It's really hard to rank them, and it again that first album is so much different than. It's almost a different band. I mean,
It's a lot like their first EP.
Yes. I
But
mean,
other than that, it's like
Yeah.
nothing.
yeah. Anyway, I just thought that was interesting. Like, that's always one of the really interesting things about this band is just the fact that they really found a sound after that first
Oh, yeah.
album. I feel like.
I mean, they toured with Sepultura on that first album, so I mean, that tells you
crazy.
anything.
Oh, that's the thing we haven't really talked about with them too. Is they get lumped in with a lot of different metal bands, and they're not like yes, they have metal elements and they have crunchy guitars and stuff
yeah,
like that.
they
but it's-
started off as a metal band.
sure,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. But like, I wouldn't. They're touring with what's the name of the band that you guys just saw them with?
Rival Sons.
Rival
Yeah,
Sons.
right.
Yeah,
So
which
like
makes perfect sense.
that is not a metal
Yeah.
band, right?
No.
So
They definitely sounded like they were trying to be Clutch. So
I mean,
Sure,
they're
but
Rival
like a-
Sons?
yes, that's how I felt.
Nah.
but you could
It's
see
a
Clutch
good
touring
rock
with like I don't know. I'm trying to think of another band that would be more metal. That's
I mean, they've toured with Mastodon, which kind of works too.
right. Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's interesting.
Right.
They could have
it's a
toured with
cool-
like Caius, back in the
Right.
day. It would have
Yeah,
worked.
it's a cool aspect of the band, the fact that they have this sound that works with the metal crowd, but also could work with like just a hard rock
Yeah.
crowd, like Rival Sons, like,
Totally.
and they're from where we are from, so that's cool too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's always been a
Awesome.
really cool element. They're hometown heroes too. So,
Yeah,
Doesn't
it's
hurt
awesome.
me.
I love it.
yeah. All right. Anything else on Swollen Goat? Before I move on to Weathermaker. Weathermaker's just kind of an interlude to
There's not much to
Subtle
say
Hustle.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
They actually
Subtle
did
Hustle.
not play that live?
They didn't.
No. Weathermaker?
Yeah,
It's just like
there's nothing to
bongos
do.
and like
Yeah.
it's like so that makes sense.
Did they do WYSIWYG?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah.
I thought
they did not do
Weathermaker
that
would be
either?
good as a.
Sorry, go ahead, Tim.
I said I thought Weathermaker is a good band name.
Good
Or a
label
good
name.
beer name. A good label,
Label.
yeah. Or a good beer name, even.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Let me play a little bit of Subtle Hustle.
Yes, please.
yeah.
Back again with the quickness. Pick it up, pick it up. Master arithmeticness. Light it up, light it up. I got the heat in both feet. Snake handlers hands. Come back with slickness. Do it all again, yeah. My subtle hustle. Smooth as butter. I let it right on, I let it right on. My subtle hustle. Smooth as butter. I let it right on, I let it right on. You're the
Smooth as mother's butter.
Pick it up, pick it up. An international phenomenon. Light it up, light it up. I cause eclipses. With a wave of the hands.
I gotta get to the
Ellipsis.
mother's maiden name part though, right?
This is, say it again. You want to hear some say it again.
I let it right on, I let
Oh yeah.
Let's get.
Let's get.
One of the best songs on the album.
Oh yeah,
So good.
agreed.
Yeah. So Ghost is the other acoustic song. And this might be the one that we were thinking about earlier, Joe, with the lyrics. Let's see.
Great.
That
Gets
song is
nasty
so
with
good.
life.
Yeah, it is. Found his wife in their bed, butt naked and already wed.
Yeah. Yes. I always thought it was wed. It's wed.
Wed, yeah.
The leather soles go shuffling in, stinking of smoke and
Neil played guitar in this part too.
Now who
Oh, cool.
will toast our noble host who has this morning given up the ghost? The wooden coffer, hand to hand, kind words are offered, silent prayers, but she is satisfied the most while stabbing madly at the roast. The riverbed of the eyes of Eve, the sons of Cain receive no reprieve. The riverbed of the eyes of Eve, the sons of Cain receive no reprieve.
I'm gonna play this part here. Love this part.
The predator rides with his men. The death of debtors he won't forgive. They repossess his silver eyes. Now in the potter's field he lies. The riverbed of the eyes of Eve, the sons of Cain receive no reprieve. The riverbed of the eyes of Eve.
Yeah.
I love the part at 135. He does a little drum roll at like 138. Ah, it's so good.
Yeah. Oops.
The predator rides
Ah,
with his men.
so simple but so perfect.
Mm-hmm.
The quick just snare roll just perfect.
He knows what he's
one of
doing.
the.
Yeah.
It's one of the kind of. I wouldn't say, maybe I don't know. I was gonna say underrated, but maybe overlooked. Like people don't talk about him enough. He's one of the best drummers. out
That
there.
song?
That's
Oh, the drummer.
No,
the
just
drummer.
him.
Yeah, he's yeah.
that's true.
he's
The whole
awesome.
band, I feel like
Yeah.
Yeah.
they kind of
self-taught,
our little
too.
secret.
I mean, they're not too flashy. You know, he's not doing Neil Peart kind of things, but he's doing freaking Jason Bonham style shit. You know, just solid beat and
Yeah.
just throwing in that, like, you know, touching the ride of the hi hat at the right time, hitting like, you know, like the hitting
Yeah.
your hardware,
I've
you know, to
heard
get
Buddy-
like a little bit of.
Buddy Rich is a style of his that I've read. Would you agree with that? He's definitely not as
Yeah,
flashy
and
as
Bonham. I
him,
thought
but-
Bonham was really good comparison as well.
Yeah.
I don't know enough of Buddy Rich stuff. He's a jazz guy, right? So I don't know.
Yes,
I've only seen
I
his
should be
solo
more familiar with
stuff,
him than
but
I am. But
he's-
I've seen YouTube videos.
he's
He's
ridiculous.
ridiculous. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
like,
really ridiculous. It's insane.
So I looked through all the songs in Yellowstone, and I don't see any Clutch, but they have a lot of good fucking songs on that show.
This show was
Like-
great.
Like The Good Country. Not-
Yeah, not the
Stuff you hear.
pop country garbage. Yeah.
Not the stuff
Right,
you hear
yeah.
at the brewery.
Oh, God.
It's like Tyler Childers and Sturgill Simpson. Good stuff.
what's the more
Suicidal
and
Tendencies.
Wailing?
You Can't Bring Me Down was on an episode, apparently. I don't remember it, but
I don't remember that either. But
All right,
All right,
look,
man,
look,
like-
La Curandera.
Notes from the trial of La Corredera.
that riff is so like
80. Love it.
I'm not hitting anything. My stupid fucking computer just keeps doing that.
yeah,
Did you not record unto the demon giving treatment to his wounds? And would you not consider it a natural to be born outside the womb? We eagerly await your response and your best defense. La Curandera is the young girl in a linen dress.
he ends that show with 3 kick drum beats that are just it's like a Joey Jordison thing.
Got a 155, which is probably okay for you.
oh yeah.
So good.
So in the shadow of Seraphis, a spirit will reside. La Curandera is the young girl in a linen dress, in a linen dress of white. She dances on black sand in the night. In a linen dress, in a linen dress of white. Burning a fire, mouthful of sand.
All right, I gotta fade that out because I can't sit here and keep listening and watch the Clutch Cat the whole time.
Watch Clutch Cat.
Yeah, and then we got the last song, which is instrumental but really good.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
the roto sound is at the end of that one that you just cut off.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
You.
I don't remember what I don't think they're not called roto sounds. What do you know what they are, Keith? They're like speakers that they spin
Oh
inside
yeah.
the in the
I know what
cabinet.
you're talking about. Yeah, but I don't remember what they are.
But that's what gives it that like back and forth sound.
Mm-hmm. I don't
And they might use it
remember.
again.
talking
in the
Leslie
next song. I think
speaker?
they might have. Is that it?
I just Googled speaker that
Oh.
spins.
That's probably it then.
Yeah,
was it called?
Says it's a Leslie.
Oh yeah, I think that's right. That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
All right, what you see is what you get. This song, great. The drums at the end of the song. Oh my god!
Yeah.
I'm gonna go right to that. Just 234 to 250 is just ridiculous.
That bass lick, he does almost the entire song too. Changes there a little bit.
Ridiculous. So good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's instrumental. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole deluxe edition that's got a whole shitload more stuff on it, but I'm not going to talk about that because I had not heard some of these even. Like, I don't own the deluxe edition.
No.
So, like Boxcar Shorty's Confession, I'd never heard that before.
Just like a straight up blues song.
Yeah. But anyway, I mean, we already graded this. But
Yeah.
if anyone wants to reiterate,
A pluses straight down the line.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's the best
Yeah.
album.
This one's never really left rotation for me since since it came out.
Yeah.
And it's not one that I skip around on. It's just
No.
I'm going through it.
For me, when I get like I finally got around to getting a Book of Bad Decisions, and I've really got listening to any of the rest of their stuff. Always, I will end up like wanting to like go
Yeah,
back and
right.
listen to this album as well.
There's a gravity to this album.
Yeah,
It's like
Yeah.
you're coming back here now, right? Everything is judged. All other Clutch songs are
that's the one thing though
judged
about
against
this
this.
band that is so great. It's like it's their stuff might not be as good in my eyes, at least, as this album, but the rest of their stuff, so much of the rest of their stuff is so phenomenal that you go back to that. Like we just Joe and I were just at the show right after they finished playing this entire album. They went into X-Ray Visions and
Firebirds.
Firebird, and it's just like
Nice.
those two tunes have become like my son plays baseball was talking about like having part of Firebirds be one of his walk-up songs if they got a chance to do that. It's like, gosh,
That's awesome.
I'm winning as a parent.
Yeah, that's definitely a dad victory.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
That right there was just like,
Yeah.
all right, I can die a happy man. But one way or another, like all of their shit, like you listen to, I don't own a copy of Sunset on
Sunrise on
Sunrise
Beach.
on
yeah.
Sunrise on whatever beach it is. Yeah, I don't
Beach,
even
yeah.
own that. And I've, they played one of those tunes, when we
title
saw
track.
them.
It's great.
Yes, they
great
did.
album.
And I need to own that and soon, but I'm going to listen
And
to it. And I'm going to be like,
I used to
throwing
live
glasses.
like not even 10 minutes away from Slaughter Beach. So another
There you go.
reference
Crazy.
was
Really?
in Delaware. Yeah.
Delaware, yeah.
I thought I'd look up
Well,
how
I'm glad
much
we got
Elephant
to-
Riders costs on vinyl, on Discogs. Ooh,
No. Is it like $300 or
I
something?
have it.
it's a you have it on vinyl?
Go ahead and sell it because maybe they'll
Elephant
put it
Riders?
back out again.
Yeah. You gotta switch your record player to 33 to
45.
45. Yeah.
Oh wow,
Better not be
Yeah, it's around,
78.
it's
but-
around $200.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I did not pay
That's-
that much for it. I paid regular album price from what I remember.
I don't know.
I think I paid more for the self-titled album.
Aftab, if you guys remember our friend Aftab,
Yeah.
he's got the original 7-inch that had Juggernaut on it.
Oh, wow.
Oh man,
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad we got to talk about, I mean, the two best 2004 albums, in my opinion, are this album
These two.
and Volume 3 by Slipknot. So,
Well, what the hell are we going to do if we finally get to 2004? We're still doing this 20 years.
there's more albums from there.
We're gonna do
Oh yeah.
We'll do a discussion of our discussions.
Like that part where we talked about the tickets was boring.
That was a hoax.
All right. We want to do another quick
Oh yeah.
sharing. Sharing
Sure.
is caring. What we're listening to, or an album that what are we calling the segment? Show and tell? Listen
Show and tell.
But yeah, no, guys, we're not in
Keith's
fucking
Corner.
kindergarten. How about we
Show
call
and
it
tell.
shit you should be listening to?
There you go.
All right.
Shit you should be listening to.
Oh, I don't have
You
an album.
could be listening to.
Do you want to
Shit.
start, Keith? Keith, you start this
I
time.
will, because let's see here. I just went to the Atlantis on Saturday and saw this artist who is one of my favorites, and I mean, every single fucking time he's incredible. I love him to death, Mr. Billy Bragg, and
okay.
this
Billy
is his
Bragg.
latest album, Million Things That Have Never Happened. He played a few tracks off of here. Freedom Doesn't Come Free. The Buck Doesn't Stop Here No More. One way or another, I love Billy Bragg. I love his politics. And also the experience. That's the first time I've been at the Atlantis. That in and of itself was just, I mean, it's a small room like the old school. The pole exists. It's not like in the middle of center stage. It's to the side, and it even has the little area that you would put the camera on, the camera seat thing. That's there. They got that. They needed to have that too. So, but the sound, I was really impressed with how well it sounded there. But then again, when you're listening to Billy Bragg, who is just doing guitar, and he had a piano player with him too, but it's going to sound good because you can't have a whole lot of crazy distortion shit going on. But this album, one way or another, easy to find. I'm trying to get the glare out of it, but it's, the latest Billy Bragg album, you can find it anywhere and buy all of his stuff and support unions and power in a union.
Cool. Is there anything you want me to play by him, or you want to just move on?
I mean, if you want to, let's see here. I Will Be Your Shield, he played, but that's not a great tune. If you want to just play the beginning of Great Leap Forward, Waiting for the Great Leap Forward, go right ahead and do that. That's not on this album, but that's his best song, and he played it the other night. So.
May have been Camelot for Jack and Jacqueline, but on the Che Guevara highway filling up with gasoline. Fidel Castro's brother spies a rich lady who's crying over luxury's disappointment, so he walks over and he's trying to sympathize with her, but he thinks that he should warn her that the third world is just around the corner.
That's cool.
Yeah, the piano player came in just like he didn't start, like he started playing the song. I'm like, oh fuck yeah, and I'm like, why isn't the piano player there? And he walked in and just sat down there just right when that started, and it was just like, oh okay, fucker, I see what you did there.
All right, I'll go. I have an album that I know, I'm positive we would never talk about on this podcast, so this is my opportunity to talk about it for 5 minutes. So I'm going to take that opportunity and talk about this album, which I'm sure no one even knows by looking at the album cover what the fuck it is.
It's Built to Spill.
And it's not.
Damn. Blind Melon. I see it now.
Yeah, there you go.
I can read it.
Soup by Blind Melon. Everybody hated No Rain when it came out, including me. I hated that song. In high school, I hated Blind Melon. It wasn't until after Shannon Hoon died, and I was watching, I think it was like 120 Minutes or Alternative Nation or one of those shows, and they played the song Soul One, which is not on this album, but it's on an album called Nico, which was after he died. They put out kind of a unreleased tracks, and that was one of them. But this album, that song got me into them, and I was like, that's actually really good. So I went out and I got the first album, and I liked it, and then I got this album, Soup, and I loved it. it was like immediate. This album's fucking awesome. I love this. Again, it's Shannon Hoon, so if you're not a fan of Shannon Hoon's vocals, you might not like them, but I love this album. I think start to finish, it's fantastic. It's it just stayed on my tape deck in my old Crown Vic for many months when I got this on tape back in the day. But I'll play possibly my favorite song by them, which it's kind of slow, but there's a story behind it. The song is called Mouthful of Cavities, and there's a female singing on the song. The story I read, I don't know, this is internet, so you never know what's true or not, but is there was a girl that would come to their concerts all the time and like throw her demo tape on stage and like bug the shit out of them. And one day they just said afterwards, like, just why don't you come hang out and we'll see what you're all about. And she came and sang for them, and they loved her voice, and she ended up singing on this song with Shannon Hoon. So it's impressive. So I don't know how much truth there is to that, but I'll play a little bit of this. I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but there's cool like vocal harmonies going back and forth in this song. So.
Mouthful of cavities, and your soul's a bowl of jokes. And every day you remind me how I'm desperately in need. See, I got a lot of fiends around, and they're peeking through and nothing new. And they see you. They see everything you do.
Yeah, that's a minute of that song. So. But that's my pick this week. I love this album. So if you haven't heard it and you liked what you heard there, I would recommend it. It's very, very good. So there you go. Anybody else?
I don't have an album that I want to share.
A
I have
song
a
or
book.
something?
No,
Oh,
it's a
I
book.
see it.
I just sent you the cover. I don't know if you can share it or not, but I started reading this back when we did this our podcast on Faith No More, but I finally decided to finish it. Small Victories by Adrian Hart, the true story of Faith No More. It was just a really good, interesting read. Tons of shit about the band that I had no idea, including, we've already talked about it, but like Chris Cornell, how he was kind of considered as a singer of the band, and you know, just all the crap they went through. There's just a really weird group of guys. The fact that they even got back together at all to do an album a few years, I guess it's been almost 10 years now. But
it has been 10 years. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, the book came out in 2018, so it's relatively current. I mean, it kind of ends off with it sounding like they're going to continue on, but they haven't really done anything since COVID stopped their tour. But hopefully something else will happen. I'll just read a quote. This is a quote on Amazon for the book. Credit where it's due. It's a quality piece. The man has done his research and it shows. It provided me with more than a few revelations, and I'm in the band. That's from Bill Gould.
No,
So,
nice.
If he learned something from it, I'm sure everyone else would learn it too. He is, I think he's like British because he spells some words funny, but you can get past that.
That's cool. All right. Tim, what you got?
I got a stack of vinyl, so I'll just pick something
Grab one and use the other ones for later.
for later. Yeah. So the latest David Gilmour. Might as well keep the Pink Floyd theme going.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Luck
What
and
do you mean from
Strange. This
last
is
week?
Last month.
From
Or
last week.
last month.
Whatever. Last podcast. This was
2 weeks
the somewhat deluxe edition. It has like a book in it. So
Oh, see, you did albums. I did a book. He did both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, fuck you, Tim.
and then the actual vinyl, I think it's white. Yeah, it's white. It's
Nice.
white vinyl. So
Cool.
was very light.
Yeah, it's a good album. I listened to
Really
it.
good album. If you want to play a song, I'd play like maybe the chorus of the title track. Just you don't have to hit it perfectly. Just
Yeah.
whatever. Just play some of it. It doesn't matter.
Mesmerize me, bring it on. Heartbeats with fear here in the theater of my soul. You see, I hope it will go.
Well, this is a rip-off of
The curtain call is done. Morning always comes. It was a fine time to be born. D-Mob, Happy Street, free milk for us all. It was the right place to be sure. Those dreaming spies and yeah, oh so pastoral.
As usual, the guitar work on this album,
But let's
fantastic.
hope it's not just luck and strange. A one-off, peaceful, golden age. That's the
Good stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, really good.
Really
Really
good
good album.
yeah. All right, excellent.
There it is.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, brothers and sisters,
Hopefully, we'll
like and subscribe.
if Clutch, well, if it's Clutch, when Clutch comes to Baltimore, hopefully we can go to that. I would love to.
Yeah, I mean, again, like, let's face it, watching live bands, as Joe mentioned, these guys, at least the guitarist and bass player don't really do a whole lot, but they are a good live band. You definitely, just the vibe you get, the crowd that's there is this is only the second time I've seen them. And
Oh,
it's
wow.
been 25 years since I've seen them. Jeez.
Jesus Christ, that's crazy.
Wow. Man.
I think I saw them on the Blast Tyrant tour at 9:30. That may have been the show where Tiff passed out.
Yeah, that was 2007.
From the weed.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So it was.
No, I
last
didn't
time
tell the story, but she was walking. It was like near the end of the night, and she was like, she's like, it's too stuffy in here. I got to get out of here. I just need to get some air. And being the supportive husband I am, I was like, all right, see ya.
Too bad.
I mean,
And then I get a call from Kevin was there. I didn't even know Kevin was going to the show, but I get a call from Kevin. I'm like, why is Kevin calling me? So I answer him like, what's up? And he's like, I'm here with Tiff. She's like with the security people, like by the front of the place. I'm like,
She's
what?
with first aid.
Yeah,
They're
in
calling
my
an
head.
ambulance.
Yeah, she's
my-
basically.
My head, he's
she-
screaming hysterically at you.
yeah, she was
So I
like
pictured this.
walking. She's lucky this guy was there. She was walking literally out of the place, and she just, from heat exhaustion, I guess, just fainted, like face first. And this guy caught her. A security guy caught her on the way down. Otherwise, she would have like head first right into the fucking concrete outside. So
yeah.
So
Anyway.
how long after the show did you manage to get to the hospital?
There's nothing I can do right now.
I'm not a doctor.
Sorry about your bad luck. I gotta finish
Holding
watching the
hands?
show.
What? I don't know.
That was anyway. All right. Well, for that's it, right? For Tim and
I think that's
Keith
it.
and Joe, this is Eric saying.
Thank you. Good fucking
Energy, aggression, power. To sum it up, it's a vulgar display of power.
Sometimes I think you drink just a little too much blood.
I'm sorry, I'm going to PA. Bloodaholics Anonymous.
Cutting up. Cutting it up big time.
They are miserable slaves of Satan.
Some cunts recording this.